Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Greg Rogers with Link Helmuth Insurance. In my capacity as Chamber Ambassador and a member of the Greater Springfield Young Professionals, it's my honor to welcome you to the 2021 annual meeting. Before we begin, we'd like to recognize and thank our presenting sponsor, Sedgwick Managed Care Ohio. Over the next hour, we will be honoring our annual award winners, including Business of the Year, Small Business of the Year, the Community Impact Award, Restaurant Retailer of the Year, our Big Dreamer banner recipient, and a special presentation of the Richard L. Kuss Lifetime Achievement Award to our friend Andy Bell. Now let's start things off with Mike McDormand, our President and CEO, as he looks back on 2020 and makes an exciting announcement for the future.
Thank you, Greg, for that kind introduction. Greg Rogers will be honored today with the Chamber Ambassador of the Year Award and will begin his time on the Board of Directors as our Ambassador Representative. Congratulations. 2020 might be a year some of us want to forget. It brought with it many challenges as our Chamber team, our members, along with the rest of the world, faced an unprecedented pandemic called COVID-19. As we look back on this past year, it amazes me how our businesses showed incredible resilience and found ways to adapt to the most strenuous work environment. We figured out how to communicate effectively through new platforms like Zoom. We were forced to audit our organizations and think bigger about how we are going to operate in this brave new world with COVID. We also figured out how to hold a virtual annual meeting for the first time in our organization's history. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate our recent accomplishments and to help honor those doing good work in our community. We hope to host a follow-up in-person annual meeting celebration in the fall. 15 years ago, the Chamber worked to set a Dream Big vision in place to guide where the Chamber and community could go in the future. Over those years, our team has grown and matured greatly in the work we are doing with our community partners in moving Greater Springfield forward. The good news is we are now beginning to realize that dream and are experiencing momentum we have not witnessed in decades. The partnership that has been built and fostered over many years is now helping to land major opportunities in Springfield and Clark County. Just to name a few, more than 5,000 new jobs and $500 million in investments have been realized over the past 7 years. The Greater Springfield Moving Forward Pillar Groups formed in 2010 continue to meet and are making incredible progress on the 4 targeted areas. Tens of millions of dollars have been invested in pillar projects since the Community Vision Plan's start. Over that time, the Jobs and Job Readiness team has grown a nationally recognized workforce development collaborative that is a major component in bringing new jobs to our area. We have become laser focused on revitalizing our downtown with new retail, restaurants, market rate housing, entertainment amenities, and a new city-owned parking garage being added. The investments that have been made in the Spring Forward Downtown Catalytic Fund and by our government partners are helping to garner the first real private developer interest in decades. We know from our time with Quint Studer how key the rebuilding of our downtown will be in our resurgence. He says talent follows place and investment follows talent. When a community is a great place to live, people will want to move there. It all happens organically. Our key gateways and corridors are getting better because of the city's efforts to paint poles, install gateway signage, and make key investments in the South Limestone Corridor, our city's premier corridor, leading from I-70 to our downtown. In the age of new power, our community will no longer be moved forward by 4 or 5 major industry players. It will take all of us getting in the same boat and rowing in the same direction to succeed. The Chamber, an old power organization, has continued to innovate and change over the years, but has always been known as the Chamber. The new brand we are launching today is arguably the biggest change the Chamber has ever made in our 100+ year history in Springfield. It helps better define who we are as an organization, working with community partners to help make our region better. For us to achieve the goals that will help build a vibrant town with a thriving business community, it can only happen through a strong partnership. This is how the Chamber has been operating for a long time, pulling different and diverse groups of people together around a common vision, seeking to accomplish BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals, like Prime Ohio and Prime Ohio 2, Next Edge Tech Park, National Road Commons, the redevelopment of the former IH site with Topre America, formation of Spring Forward, award-winning marketing of our key destination assets, community public art program, and the launch of the Hub Community News platform. Our successes only mean something if the overall community succeeds, and only happens through strong partnership and collaboration. We have found the right mousetrap for moving forward. It is up to us how far we will go in accomplishing our dream. The Old Power Chamber, formed in 1919 by the business community, and later the Clark County Community Improvement Corporation and the Greater Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau, will now all be known as the Greater Springfield Partnership. The Chamber's House of Brands, doing good work throughout the community with the help of many partners over the past several decades, will now move forward under one collaborative brand with a redesigned website. It has been a tough season for all of us dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, but this pause has given us an opportunity to reflect on who we are and where we are going with all the good things happening in our community right now. We've accomplished a great deal together to get to this point, and we will all be stronger as we come out of this time because we have done the hard work of building a strong partnership. Thank you again for joining us today and for your investment in this important work being done to help move your businesses and our community forward. We are confident we will achieve even greater success in the coming years as we all continue to work together as the Greater Springfield Partnership.
Good afternoon. I'm Sonny Dingra, Board President for the Chamber of Greater Springfield. Tonight we are pleased to recognize the achievements of our member organizations with presentations of the Small Business of the Year, Business of the Year, Restaurant Retailer of the Year, and the Community Impact Awards, as well as the Big Dreamer banner and Richard L. Kuss Lifetime Achievement Award. This year's Business of the Year was chosen by the Chamber's Executive Committee in recognition of their continued growth in Greater Springfield. As the largest employer in the community, we present the 2020 Business of the Year Award to Assurant.
I'm Ray Rafferty. I'm Vice President of Operations for Assurant in our Global Home Operations Division. Assurant's a Fortune 500 company and headquartered in New York with our divisional headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. And I lead the operation here in Springfield. We have about 1,600 people here in Springfield. Really, I would point to our biggest achievement being the way that our people and our organization reacted to the challenges of the pandemic. We sent 95% of our folks to work from home, which was a huge accomplishment. Our leadership got involved very early in the year, last January, and really focused first on keeping people safe. So we have about 100 people still on site here at our facility in Springfield, and we've kept them safe from the beginning, spread them out, provided them with PPE, and that's been a big focus for us. I'm proud of the way we came through that. At the same time, we serviced our customers. Like a lot of other companies, our job is to protect homes for people that have mortgages. So if you have your preferred insurance and it lapses, or you don't have insurance, we protect the property for the customer and for the lending institution. So our team here in Springfield is accepting insurance information from carriers electronically through the mail. We process about 50,000 pieces of mail a day out of our facility, and we're updating that into our tracking system. And then we have a call center as well where we take questions from customers and we call carriers to confirm their insurance. So if you think about that, that leads us to need good customer care people all the time. We're always looking for people that can serve our customers well.
Hi, my name is Jen Sursick, and I am an HR partner at Assurant. So Assurant's role in the community is really to be a community partner. We are a large employer in the community, and a lot of residents from Clark County and Springfield specifically do work at Assurant, and we want to be able to give back to the community that our employees live in. The Job and Job Readiness Task Force has been very beneficial not just for Assurant as the chair, but for other businesses. We have started a campaign, which will launch shortly, that shows that all employers are better together. We're not always in competition for the workforce, but if we all improve, the workforce improves, the community improves, and the employers improve together.
On behalf of Assurant, I just want to say thank you for the recognition for us as a business in the community. The community is important to us. We're here for the long term. Big commitment from Assurant in this facility. We have 150,000 square feet here, and we plan on moving more work here. But really happy to be part of the community and really appreciate the award this year. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Maureen Sheehan-Macero, President of Second Harvest Food Bank Board and a member of the Chamber. On behalf of the Chamber leadership team, I am honored to announce Second Harvest Food Bank as the recipient of the Chamber's 5th Annual Community Impact Award. Last year, the food bank served over 65,000 people, a 76% increase over 2019. Everyone who came to the food bank was served nutritious food and was treated with dignity and respect. There were a lot of moving parts and pieces to meet the increased need, and it could not have been done without the support of the community and a strong team leader who did whatever it took to serve people. It is my pleasure to introduce the team leader who did just that, Tyra Jackson.
Hi, my name is Tyra Jackson. I'm the Executive Director of Second Harvest Food Bank, and I've been here for nearly 6 years. We're actually celebrating our 40th anniversary this year. So to receive this award this year just states how important our agency actually is for the community. So we have always been members of the chambers throughout our 3 counties, but the Clark County Chamber has always been incredibly supportive. Through all of our events, we've been able to reach out, use that list to help us get donors and supporters. In addition to that, we're able to send our staff to some of your wonderful trainings. 2021 has started out busy. It's not as busy as it was last year, but we expect that we'll have high numbers. And so we're really working with our community to still get those donations in, and we're hoping that the Chamber and our community members that were able to reach out and support us last year will be able to assist us and support us this year to continue to meet that need of people who are facing food insecurity in our community.
The global pandemic has created a number of challenges for our local merchants, restaurants, and bars. But you'll be happy to know that while things may have slowed down, downtown development did not stop. In fact, it continued at full speed during the shutdown, as witnessed by the completion of our new parking garage with retail storefronts, the continued progress of the Center Street Towns project, and the finalization of Co-Hatch the Market. The eagerly awaited Co-Hatch the Market is now open and has reestablished the Myers Market building as a vital piece of our downtown landscape. The temporary shutdown provided an opportunity to add the finishing touches to co-working space, meeting rooms, event space, private offices, restaurants, and bars. This historic space now includes Ironworks Waffle Cafe, featuring savory and sweet waffle combinations named after Springfield icons, Painted Pepper serving fresh Southwestern themed cuisine, Fresh Abilities offering healthy food options through locally sourced produce grown and harvested at Tax Hydroponics Greenhouse, Crust & Company, an artisan bread and pizza restaurant, The Market Bar, bringing handcrafted cocktails and live entertainment to downtown, Cork & Board, specializing in wine, cheese, and charcuterie, and North High Brewing with 14 great beers on tap. Just across the street, you'll find Cyclotherapy, a new locally owned bike shop situated adjacent to the bike trail. Drop in for great bikes, expert tune-ups, and vinyl on the turntable. The Springfield Farmers Market has also reopened. Visit us every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., June through September. Ride down to the market, grab some fresh produce and meats, Then explore all the dining options at Cohatch. As downtown continues to safely reopen, we invite you to join us.
My name is Julia Bowling, and I'm a Business Development Manager with Sedgwick, formerly known as CareWorks Comp. We understand you have many responsibilities. Let us help you effectively and efficiently manage your workers' compensation program. Mike McDormand mentions on the Chamber's YouTube video that members repeatedly ask about two things. One, the member discount programs, and two, advocacy. We can assist with both. In 2020, members participating in the Chamber's group rating and group retrospective programs saved nearly $360,000. For over 10 years, we've partnered with the Chamber and remain the exclusive workers' compensation provider. I welcome the opportunity to discuss with you how we can work together and support the Chamber. Please check out the Chamber's website for my contact information, and have a great day, Springfield. Thank you.
Hello, I am Brian Roberts with the McCray Company and a member of the Chamber Board of Directors. The Small Business of the Year Award is open to organizations that employ fewer than 25 people. These businesses have made significant strides in organizational growth, physical expansion, and market share. As a past winner of this award, it is my honor to present the 2020 Small Business of the Year Award to my good friend Brian Smith and the NCF Savings Bank.
Brian Smith, I'm President and CEO of NCF Savings Bank. We've been in business since 1883, starting in New Carlisle in a small market. We currently have 4 locations, including our newest location at North Limestone that opened in July of 2020. The highlights for 2020 would be being able to create and construct a new branch during a pandemic. We were able to hire a staff, we were able to complete construction, we were able to open the branch when most branches were closing. And we battled through times of having lobbies closed, people working remotely, and we're still able to complete construction relatively on time. We also were charged with getting out PPP loans to the community, and when that product started, we as a bank decided to hit the ground running with that. We did not wait. We were first to the market with money going into consumers' pockets when they needed it the most. We recognized this with the size of the lot that we may not necessarily need all of the space for our banking center, and we recognized an opportunity to bring more attention to the branch and bring more customers in, and we worked together with Winans to rent them space there, and it's been a great business opportunity for us, and I believe them as well. With traffic flow is very good there, and it's a great thing. We can, as we say, mocha and money. Our marketing guy said we could come up with coffee and cash, mocha and money. You can do everything you need to in the morning on the way to work, on the way to school. You can get your coffee, you can cash your check, you can make your deposit, make your payment, and we just think it was a win-win for both of us. We know as a community bank that the Chamber is waking up daily to improve our community. That is their job, that is their task every day. And we knew that if we chose to invest in this community, that the Chamber would be there to help promote jobs, to promote quality of life in the community. And it gave us faith and trust knowing that we would have a partner there and made us comfortable to invest in this community. We'd really like to thank the Chamber for this award. We have kind of had our eye on it for years, and we were working, as we were creating our business, we always felt like there was a goal to win an award like this, and we were glad to do it, and we're happy to be able to invest in this community and turn what was an empty lot into a beautiful location on North Limestone Street.
Hello, I'm Teresa Sejak, owner of the Simon Kenton Inn. As past winner of the Restaurant Retail Award, it is my privilege to introduce the next winner in this category. For over 15 years, they have provided Springfield and the surrounding areas high quality and creative food in a relaxed, fine dining atmosphere, while giving us another great reason to dine local. The winner of the 2020 Restaurant Retail Award goes to Cecil and Lime. Congratulations, Micah and family.
I'm Micah. I'm manager here at Cecil and Lime. We've been here since 2004, so that's rolling up on 17 years, if I've done my math correctly. We started out as a lunch brunch cafe and have evolved into a steak dinner, piano and guitar music on the weekends, sometimes throughout the week. We have some good seafood. Lots of good people come hang out with us at the bar and at the tables, and it's been quite an adventure of family and community. In the last year, 2020 was a bit of a booger. We just soldiered through, just like everybody else, I suppose. You just take what you have to work with and do your best with it. Everybody just buckled down and worked hard and flexed schedules and tried to work through the complications, and we're still here. 2021, we're excited about it. It's been a very good couple of months so far, moving into it, coming out of 2020. Very optimistic. We got some new people coming in and learning the ropes and expanding. We're looking to expand our hours, possibly do some lunch daytime options. I get extremely appreciative to the community, to the chamber, the community of friends and family here in Cecil and Lime, and what's going on in Springfield itself. There's a vitality and I think a hopefulness, and so very grateful to see positive things and positive attitudes moving forward.
So here's one of the great additions in downtown Springfield, the Greetings mural. This is an idea that's been being kicked around for a long time about having a mural reminiscent of those classic 1940s postcards.
And you can see some iconic images from Springfield, including the Westcott car and Westcott House, and of course the Hartman Rock Garden that kids were pointing at.
Yes, this was a project of the Young Professionals Group, which is just a great organization. Really shows the revitalization of Springfield, that we have so many active young professionals in our community now. And this is the Bushnell building. Many of you know it as Wren's Department Store, Springfield's great downtown department store where you go to visit Santa, where you do your window shopping like we're doing here. The first building in Springfield to have an escalator, which I'm sure was a very exciting thing back in the 1950s.
So that's where you would buy your mink coat, right?
Yes.
I'm wearing, quite honestly, it's a fake mink coat. No minks were sacrificed for my coat. But it's a tribute to one of my favorite Christmas movies, Christmas in Connecticut. And if you recall that there is this fabulous character in that movie, Felix, who says, "No one needs a mink coat but a mink."
And here we are at the new patio for the restaurant that is inside Bushnell Building, Stella Blue. And we worked with the Chamber and Convention and Visitors Bureau on these new murals dedicated to Coles Phillips, Life magazine ads from the 19-teens. Really quite a beautiful addition on our downtown. Oh, and look at the lights. So I love this building. These are two buildings that will soon be revitalized. They're both currently abandoned. We're really excited. There's some great ideas in the works to put these buildings back into use. But the building on the right is the Starrett and Freed building. One of my favorite buildings. It's an iron front facade, so it's just a crude brick building with this beautiful iron facade attached to it. But this is Victorian Christmas at its best. There were 3 different stores in here. One was the leather goods store where you'd buy boots or a wallet for a Christmas gift, a jeweler where you would obviously buy jewelry, and then on the other side was a men's fashion store where you would go to buy a men's hat or a tie. So you can think of the best Victorian Christmas gifts all in one Victorian building that thankfully is still standing, one of the oldest buildings still standing in downtown Springfield. And here's some window displays created by Rod Hatfield and Brian Traylor.
Yes, we are joined by our wonderful artists, Rod and Brian. They follow us and make it possible to make this movie about our experience of downtown. We are so grateful.
Downtown is packed this night as we were walking around, and I think a lot of people were thinking this was some home movie we were orchestrating.
So this is, of course, a fabulous mural spearheaded by the Project Jericho, a wonderful organization here in Springfield. And it's a tribute to history of Springfield, right?
It is, and every time I walk by, I think there's someone getting a wedding photo or a senior class photo in front of it. It's one of those iconic things in our community now.
And just so you know, Springfield is known as Rose City.
And it's not after me, Kevin Rose, although I tell my children that.
Why is it Rose City?
It's Rose City because we were the leading producer of potted roses in the world. We claimed to have the largest greenhouse in the world. We had acres and acres, hundreds or if not thousands of acres under glass roof here in Springfield, Ohio.
Good afternoon. I'm Ed Leventhal, and I have the pleasure of introducing Andy Bell, this year's Richard Kuss Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. When the Chamber asked if I would introduce Andy, I gladly accepted, as it seems I have now developed a second career of introducing Andy throughout the community as he receives numerous recognitions and awards that are so well deserved. I might add that the second career, though, is not a very well paid one. I have had the pleasure of knowing Andy for almost 50 years, which over the years has grown into a relationship that means a great deal to the both of us as well as to our entire families. It is a relationship that runs deep as well as wide. I certainly cannot think of anyone in our community who deserves being this year's Richard Kuss Lifetime Achievement Award recipient more than Andy Bell. I am certain that Dick would be proud to have Andy's name associated with his. They both certainly love to raise money, and fortunately for our community, both became expert fundraisers. I, like so many in our community, have been the recipient of Andy's free drinks, his counsel, his time, his interest, his commitment, his drive, and his enthusiasm in helping to make Springfield a better place in which to live, work, and raise a family. It has been said that people do not really care how much you know until they really know how much you care. Andy's lifetime of work and community involvement clearly shows and demonstrates the depth of his caring about Springfield, its organizations, and its citizens. Andy's most recent passion and involvement have been fundraising. He was chair of the Clark State Community College's last two fundraising campaigns, both of which met or exceeded their goals. He currently is the fundraising co-chair of the Chamber's Expand 2024 campaign that has raised over $4 million and surpassed its fundraising goal. In fact, he was such a persuasive fundraiser, I even donated to the campaign. For over 40 years, he has made kingly giving a way of life, never wanting or expecting any recognition in return. Volunteering has become part of his fiber, part of his very being, and part of his life's passion. Abraham Lincoln seemed to be talking about Andy Bell when he said, "I'd like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives, and I'd like to see a man live so his place will be proud of him." With the awarding of the Richard Kuss Lifetime Achievement recognition, it reconfirmed just how proud our community is of Andy Bell, as there is no greater honor than being recognized by the community in which you grew up. Thank you.
I am honored and was surprised to be receiving this recognition by the Chamber. It is especially meaningful because the award was named after a great community leader, Mr. Kuss, who was certainly a mentor and friend of many of us. He exemplified servant leadership, leaders who are focused on others and not themselves. He was really a mentor. I mean, when I came back to town, I started getting involved in the community with people his age. And he was just a real mentor and showed me some of the ropes. And just a true gentleman. Everything about him, it was class act. Now let me talk a little bit about Springfield. I'm a townie. I was born and raised here and have lived here all but 8 years of my life when I was in college and in the service. I've seen many changes, some good and some not so good, but I've never regretted the decision to make Springfield my family's permanent home. Our community is of the size where you can develop personal relationships, where most dealings are with people we know and trust, where it's easy to get involved and where we're willing to make a difference. I've always said that you can find bigger but not better than what we have in Clark County, Ohio. We have many of these amenities due to the generosity of our citizens who have invested their time, talents, and treasures for community projects. Our recently completed Expand 2024 campaign to fund economic development by the Community Improvement Corporation offers a good example of this generosity. Our community really rose to the occasion. In the middle of the pandemic, in spite of the economy, and using Zoom presentations to maintain social distancing, through the generosity of our investors, we were able to raise $4,025,000, which exceeded the goals set by our consultant and was slightly less than the stretch goals we set for ourselves. Once again, our citizens were called upon and provided the needed resources. It is this generosity and sense of community that makes me proud to live in Clark County, Ohio. Again, while unexpected, I appreciate receiving the Richard L. Kuss Lifetime Community Achievement Award. Thank you.
Hello, I'm John Landis, and I'm coming to you today from the Gammon House. Each year, the Chamber honors a Springfield native with inclusion into our Springfield Hall of Honor, also known as the Big Dreamers. The honoree is remembered with a special banner that hangs in the Commerce Point atrium, along with such luminaries as Asa Bushnell, Cairo Bailey Bosca, John Legend, William Whiteley, Lillian Gish, A.B. Graham, Davy Moore, and others. This year, the Chamber's Executive Committee has chosen Springfield community leader, Mr. Dale Henry Sr. While Dale is perhaps best known for his terms on the City of Springfield Commission, including serving as mayor in 1994 and 1995, it is his community service and other volunteer roles where Dale truly shines. Dale was instrumental in the development of both Veterans Park and the Springfield leg of the Little Miami Bike Trail. He is also the past president of the influential Southern Gateway Neighbor Association. Perhaps his greatest achievement is guiding the restoration of the Gammon House Underground Railroad site where we are today. The Gammon House functions as both a museum and an educational center, a living testimony to people of color and all who risk their lives for freedom to help others become free. Dale is the current president of the organization. It is my honor to introduce the recipient of the 2020 Big Dreamer banner, Mr. Dale Henry.
Both sides of my family have lived in Clark County for 121 years. I'm proud of the fact that my last name has been Henry for at least 220 years. We came from places like Bushy Fork and Shady Nook. And having roots in the area where Patrick Henry lived, having a great-grandfather who served in the Civil War, whose regiment was at the surrender that ended that war, I also had a great-great-grandfather who ran for mayor right after the Civil War. Because of them, I've been inspired to a sense of civic responsibility. Community building has been my passion and my commitment to public service. It continues even today. I feel blessed to have made a difference in many areas locally. My utmost desire is to have a lasting and positive impact on our community. Allow me to thank the Chamber for this rare and special honor, and I intend to be a catalyst for improvement and innovation in Springfield and Clark County going forward. I heard something recently that I would hope is appropriate to repeat. I am my ancestors' wildest dream. So thank you again, and God bless.
Hi, I'm Jim Lagos, coming to you live from the Bushnell Banquet Center, recently renovated in the historic Bushnell building in downtown Springfield. Special congratulations tonight to my dear friend Andy Bell. Andy and I have known each other 45 years. Dick Kuss, Andy, is smiling down from heaven at you tonight to know that you're receiving his award because you exemplify the public spirit that Dick Kuss exemplified all of his life in helping our community. Thanks to Dale Henry for all of your work in our community as City Commissioner on helping to restore the Gammon House, the historic Civil War reenactments, everything you've done over the years. We really appreciate your excellent work, Dale, and you are truly worthy to be on the wall and to have your face up there with a lot of historic people in Springfield, Ohio. Congratulations to the businesses being honored tonight. New Carlisle Federal Savings Bank, Brian Smith, all the work you've done in the community, you and all the staff members of New Carlisle Federal Savings Bank in the community. Assurance Group, Jennifer Shiruchek, all the wonderful work that you've done through Assurant for the Jobs and Job Readiness Committee to try to gain jobs for all the people of our community, and the wonderful work you continue to do, and all the people at Assurant Group and all the jobs that Assurant Group has created in Springfield. Congratulations to the Second Harvest Food Bank. You work with the needy in our community throughout the region every day to eliminate the curse of hunger. And what you're doing is very biblical in nature, and that you're helping those of the least of us on a continuous basis. Thank you to Cecil and Lime. Congratulations to them for providing wonderful cuisine and wonderful drink to the people of our community. Again, thank you very much to all of you for participating in our Chamber annual meeting. We appreciate your support. The Chamber couldn't do it without you. Please continue to do it in the years ahead. We look forward to bigger and better things each of the coming years. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.